now sworn in for second term as AFDB president. Mike Guinea threatens to sue Edo APC chair and others over alleged defamation. Nigerian electricity firms begin implementation of new tariffs today. On entertainment, Davido reveals album release date. Details of this and more after this break. I'm Benjamin Kadiri. Now the news in detail. Dr. Akinwumi Adesina has been sworn in as the 8th president of the African Development Bank for a second term. The swearing-in ceremony and oath taken took place on Tuesday and was broadcast virtually. The event was attended by heads of states, governors, Nigeria's former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, and over 200 external stakeholders who joined physically and virtually. The chairperson of the African Bank Board of Governors and Ghana's Finance Minister, Kenneth Ofori-Atta, administered the oath of office. Dr. Adesina, Nigeria's former Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, was re-elected on August the 27th to serve the second 5-year term after a unanimous vote of all governors, regional and non-regional members of the bank. The Senate says none of its members received 20 million naira COVID-19 palliative from the Niger Delta Development Commission. The Director of Projects, Interim Management Committee of the NDDC, Dr. Cairo Ojogbo, had alleged in a recent newspaper interview that the agency gave 20 million naira to each senator, while each of the House of Representatives member collected 15 million naira as palliative. But the spokesperson for the Senate, Dr. Jibola Basir, denied Ojogbo's claims in a statement on Tuesday. Basir challenged Ojogbo to either release the full list of the lawmakers who benefited from the palliative or tender a public apology immediately. The Presidential Task Force PTF on COVID-19 control has cautioned states against rushing to reopen schools. Secretary to the Government of the Federation, SGF, and Chairman of the PTF, Boss Mustafa, cited how such haste escalated COVID-19 management situation in some countries. Mustafa advised that it will be in the best interest of the country to stick to the pattern that had proven effective for the country since the national response was launched. He said the PTF will present its recommendations to President Muhammadu Buhari this week, which will determine the next phase in the national response. He noted that the last 3 weeks had shown a slowdown in the number of confirmed coronavirus cases in the country, noting that in the last 4 months of testing, the lowest daily figure of confirmed cases, 138, was reported on August 30. Now to some political reports. The resident electoral commissioner of Akwa Ibom State, Barrister Mike Guinea, has given the chairman of Edo State All Progressives Congress APC, retired Colonel David Imuse, and the chairman of the party's media campaign team, John Mayaki, 48 hours to react to an alleged defamatory statement issued against the resident electoral commissioner. A statement by Guinea's lawyer, Clement Omuewuno, Esquire, says the demand became necessary following the comments by the Edo State APC and others at the press briefing, where they alleged the barrister Mike Guinea is in connivance with Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki to rig the forthcoming governorship election in the state in favor of the PDP, an allegation described as untrue and unfounded. The resident electoral commissioner, who is also demanding that the retraction should be broadcast on some national television stations, also asked for an unreserved full-page apology to be published in some national dailies within the same 48 hours. He, however, demanded for the sum of 1 billion naira from retired Colonel Muse, John Mayaki, and others as damages for the said defamatory statements. The statement added that failure to comply with the demands, other standing instructions will be perfected against the affected persons, as the statement stands as a pre-litigation letter. The All Progressives Congress APC on Tuesday denied reports by the People's Democratic Party PDP that it sponsored an opinion poll that produced a result where the APC lost in 16 out of 18 local government areas. The APC said the PDP was sure of losing the election and it has resorted to cheap lies against the APC. A statement by the chairman APC Media Campaign Council, John Mayaki, said the ruling party in the state has run out of energy and resorted to lies to gain sympathy. KFM News continues right after this break. Stay with us.
Beautiful one, I call on you today.
Bless you.
This not the time of bless you. This season when we say coronavirus, so they show itself for the world there. Now time to use tissue paper or handkerchief. Take cover your mouth or nose when you cough or sneeze. This not time to always wash your hands. Use hand sanitizer where it contain better alcohol. This not time to give ears as in avoid me. Give me space to any person where they cough or sneeze. This not time to protect yourself or neighbors from sickness. So if you notice anything, sharp, carry yourself or the person go hospital or call this number free of charge. You're not going to collect money for your hand. That is toll-free number for 080 0026 7662. 080 0026 7662. You first bring this other number for 080 0970 00010. Remember, say life now says coronavirus not the show for face no, and person with their life will carry first to this message from KUFM 2.7. We call on you today.
Electricity distribution companies across the country on Tuesday began the implementation of a new electricity tariff regime. In press statements issued on Monday, the distribution companies notified their customers of the commencement of the new charges. This follows approval by the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, which was billed to take effect from 1st of September 2020. This comes 3 months after the tariff hike implementation, slated for July the 1st, was halted by the National Assembly, which prevailed on the distribution companies to shelve the date to the first quarter of 2021 due to the current economic challenges in Nigeria. According to the regulating agency, electricity customers, except those receiving less than 12 hours of supply, will have to pay more for electricity starting from September the 1st, 2020. It added that the new tariff is based on the hours of electricity supply available to the customers. Customers are categorized into maximum demand and non-maximum demand customers, as against the previous categories of residential, commercial, and industrial customers, with different bands depending on the level of supply. 4 days after it recovered the wreckage of a Bell 206B111 helicopter that crashed in the Okpebi area of Lagos, Nigeria's Accident Investigation Bureau, AIB, says it was still at the evidence-gathering stage in its probe into the accident. Chief Executive Officer and Commissioner of the AIB, Akin Olateru, who disclosed this Tuesday at a briefing in Lagos, said the absence of a flight data recorder and cockpit voice recorder, known in aviation parlance as black box, will not in any way affect the gathering of valuable evidence concerning communication between the control tower and the crew that flew the helicopter. Olateru, who said the AIB had already reached out to the manufacturers of the Bell 206 helicopter and engine manufacturer, said a team of proficient investigators from the Bureau were already working round the clock to unravel the cause of the crash. He said besides the black box, the investigators will work on other parameters on the wreckage of the chopper to unravel what led to the crash. He said the AIB, in collaboration with other partners, will in the next few weeks release an interim report on the crash, even as it cautioned against speculations of what may have caused the crash. Doctors took to the streets of Calabar on Tuesday to protest against the kidnap of a pediatrician at the University of Calabar Teaching Hospital, Dr. Vivian Otu. She was kidnapped by gunmen on Friday night last week around Marian area of Calabar. The doctors carried placards with various inscriptions condemning the act. They marched through the streets and blocked the governor's office gate after they visited the State House of Assembly, where the Speaker, Right Honorable Etienne Williams, assured them of improved security in the state. Some civil rights activists under the umbrella of Forum for Good Governance have appealed to the Inspector General of Police, IGP Mohammed Adamu, to intervene in the crisis rocking the Evweni Kingdom, Imugeni North local government area of Delta State. They said the crisis has led to the gruesome killings and maiming of their youths. Spokesperson for the group, Barrister Ugochukwu Ezekiel, said efforts made to address the problem through the police in the state as well as the state government have yielded no results. Ezekiel, in the company of other members of the community, said the situation has degenerated into violence and insecurity and alleged that a traditional ruler was behind the chaos. Coming up in a moment in our entertainment news, Erica wins the Head of House challenge, nominates Prince as deputy. News break on K92.7 FM. On entertainment news, Nigerian superstar David Adeleke, popularly known as Davido, has made an appearance on social media after 2 weeks of being absent online. It was revealed that he will be back after releasing his much-anticipated body of work, A Better Time. Davido was a guest on Grammy Museum Instagram Live, a platform ensuring the magic and stories of music are taught and experienced through exhibits, education, and public programming. The singer-songwriter stated that he'll be back on Instagram after dropping his album next year. Erica has won the Head of House challenge for week 7 of the Big Brother Nigeria reality TV show. The female housemate emerged as the Head of House after winning the arena game. She went on to pick Prince as her deputy Head of House. The duo will now have immunity from eviction this week. Erica and Prince went on to pick Tricky T and Dorothy as their guests in the House of Lounge for this week. Ed Sheeran and his wife Cherry Seaborn have announced the birth of their first child, a daughter named Lyra Antarctica Seaborn Sheeran. The singer said they were on cloud 9 after their daughter's arrival last week. Sheeran returned to Instagram for the first time since December to share the news and thank the amazing delivery team. And that's the news, but before we go, a quick recap of the headlines. Akinwumi Adesina sworn in for second term as AFDB president. Mike Igini threatens to sue Edo APC chair and others over alleged defamation. Nigeria electricity firms begin implementation of new tariffs today. Do remember that the continued unity of Nigeria is a collective responsibility. Be sure to play a part. Coronavirus is real. Wash your hands regularly with soap and running water. Use your face mask while in public. Stay safe. KFM News Break was produced by Nusakai Wadai. I'm Benjamin Kaduri, saying thanks for listening. Good evening.